After 4 weeks of deadly anti-government protest, Colombians continue to call for further change following controversial tax plans aimed at low and middle income earners.
The main problem is the government decide to change the tax policy in these days between the pandemic crisis. And the points that they want to change make the increase, particularly to the middle class, they have to pay more. And of course, the people who don't have enough income, they have to pay even more for the basic things like the water, the gas, and the energy. And that's why decide the people to go outside and protest for this. And not only for that, because we don't have a public health system. We have a mixed system, like we have to pay to have a medical assistance, and not all the people can be attended in the hospital. Usually they have to pay even a little price, but they have to pay. And that's another thing that we want to change.
Much criticism has been aimed at the National Police Force for excessive violence, with many protesters injured and some 40 killed in clashes with national police and security forces.
They are just young guys without any education, because usually the police, or if you want to be a police, you just need to do your basic school. And if you don't have opportunity to go to the university, you can apply to go inside. And they are just young guys with 20, 21 years old without any experience, with guns, and they confront people who is like not violent, but angry, try to, with protests and everything. And that's why they act without any responsibility. And we have another group who is especially in the controlled protest, and they use a lot of force, and they use guns, and they shoot frameworks, I don't know if it's correct, to the eyes of the people. Actually, we have like 45 victims to eyes attacks, and like more than 40 homicides.
The country has been hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, with over 3 million cases and 87,000 deaths. With little financial assistance, many Colombians are forced to work despite COVID regulations.
During the pandemic, the economic support that they technically give to the vulnerable people was just for 1 month, 1 or 2 months. And all these people is like the half of the people in the for 2 months with a small salary is not enough. And that's why the people decide to go outside and work. And that's why increase the risk to get infected. And all the public system go down. All the doctors were completely exhausted because we don't have good income like doctors working in Colombia. And it was just a mess.
Protests continue across cities in Colombia as people demand further reforms, such as better basic income and access to healthcare.
The protests still continue until today, but fortunately, we overturning the tax reform. The president decided to stop the tax reform, and they dismissal the finance minister who creates the tax reform, and that's good. And they promised to the people to a free registration in the public universities, because you have to pay if you want to apply to a public university. But there are just promises.
Reporting for The Circular, I'm Cormac Green.